People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Ann Henry just came out as an actual movie on Netflix. My thoughts about it? Well, let's get into it. So, over the course of the past, I would say decade, a lot more book to movie, book to TV show adaptations have come to life. And People We Meet on the Vacation People We Meet on Vacation has become the latest one. And I actually am really much a fan of this book. I love the book. I think out of the series, like out of the Emily Henry universe, I think this one is one of my favorites of hers, if not my personal favorite. So I was really excited to see how they were going to be portrayed in this movie, how they were going to get the little details and moments between Alex and Poppy. So let's get into it. So I will say, if you are a dedicated book fan, there is going to be some changes from the book to the actual movie. And I will speak about this a little bit because I noticed with other book to movie, book to TV show adaptations, for example, Bridgerton, sometimes with these adaptations, they will change aspects from the book to the movie, TV show, whatever, to make it more interesting or to fit the time crunch that you're in, because it is a series or a movie. You only have so much time to get your point across and everything. And for me, with People We Meet on Vacation, personally, I think this should have been a limited series, because like with the book, if you read the book, you know how every chapter is, or every other chapter or so, is basically like flashback scenes where it'll be like 9 summers ago, 3 summers ago, whatever kind of thing, and then it'll go back to this summer, which is the summer of Poppy and Alex reuniting before the wedding and stuff like that, and then her changing her trip so that way she can spend time with Alex, but Alex doesn't know that she actually is paying for this trip herself, yada yada yada. But with the movie, they kind of changed that. Instead of Palm Springs, it's Barcelona. The wedding is still happening, but like he think, well, what I wanted to word it as is he in the book doesn't know that Poppy's paying out of pocket for this whole trip. He thinks that R&R is paying for this whole thing. When in the movie, she's paying for the trip and everything, but they're also not staying together in the movie. Like they have their own separate places, I assume. Like he rented his own car and everything, while in the book they rented a car together, kind of thing. There's little details like that. There are major changes to book lovers and everything. I just realized what I did there, but that was intentional. But if you are a fan of the book, you're gonna notice these changes. They'd be like, wait, that's different from the book, then that's different from the TV show, or movie, I should say. So you're gonna notice different things like that. I feel like, and I've seen a lot of discourse about this online, whether if the changes in the movie were good or bad. My personal take on this is it's different. Not saying it's a bad different or anything like that. Like I was mentioning earlier, I genuinely think this should have been a limited series, especially with how the chapters were laid out and everything is flashing back to different vacations that they went on. And I feel like someone actually really mentioned this well, and I feel like I'm going to try to reiterate what they said, where it's like they didn't get like a bunch of depth into the rekindling of their relationship. Like you saw flashback moments of their relationship with different trips and everything, but when they were in the rekindling part, you didn't like, especially if you watched the movie and you didn't read the book, you're not going to fully understand like this switch of what would be like, oh, you're flashback into their trips, and then they're like, oh, besties and all that, and then you go back to the summer and they're kind of like a little bit cold, a little bit different in a sense. Like there's no build up to the scene on the balcony, which also I heard. Love how my clip cut out there. That's so amazing. As I was trying to say, I found out that there is actually a different version of the balcony scene where they go directly off of the book. I need that. Where is that? Like, especially like I was saying, that they kind of lacked a little bit of depth of like rekindling their relationship, basically, where it was like things like that, like I feel like you could have added, or you needed, I should say, to make the story more like the book. And especially because, again, like I said earlier, like I know they have such a limited time and there's so much you gotta film and put into this 2-hour movie, basically. It's just with a limited series, I feel like that could have gotten the job done to get more of that build up that you need, and for the audience to understand where the characters are coming from, and like what is their personal sides of this and everything, and why is Poppy acting like this, and why is Alex acting this way, kind of stuff like that. I feel like could have added to understanding them more and their story more. And it's just like little details as well too, like Flannery O'Connor. I'm like, where was that mentioned? Or like the whole part where he got a vasectomy because of her. There's just so many little details that I can list, but it's just like stuff like that. I feel like they needed those details and everything, because it's just like, basically, if they're over here being like, I want you, be like, why? Where's the build up of being like, oh, now you want me all of a sudden? Like, just because you're saying I want you doesn't mean anything, really. But if you're a book reader, like, you know the story, you know their build up and everything. And I was saying this in a TikTok I posted. I might put the TikTok in here as well too, for the video, just so I can give off a little bit of my details I was saying online as well. But I just feel like with a limited series or whatever, they could have done, like, not, again, no hate towards the movie. I thought the movie was good. I laughed. I was being like a girly over here, kicking my feet over Alex Nielsen, being like it was good. It was good. I was saying, I think in one of my drafts when I was filming the TikTok, I was like, I feel like the movie was like an 8, but if you had it as a limited series, you had more of that build up, more of that tension, more of that understanding where characters were coming from in certain aspects, that could have bumped it up to a 10 for me. But like, I still love like different moments that they did include that were from the book and everything. Like, I would have been upset if some moments weren't included, and that would have bumped my score down lower. But I think the movie was still well done and everything for what it was. Was it perfect? No. But was it good? Yes. And I felt very seen by Poppy and everything, as a girly who's been called too much and everything. I felt very seen by her. But yeah, I still love the book. I still love the movie. I know Emily Henry has more adaptations coming to life soon, or not soon, I should say, eventually. I know she has more coming to life, so I'm excited to see what happens with those. I think it's Happy Place and Funny Story, if I'm correct. So I'm excited to see what happens with those. I know they're probably not going to come out for a while because of how TV and filmmaking is these days. Like I heard, like K-pop Demon Hunters, like it took like 5 years for them to film this movie, or make and film this movie. Well, not film, but animate this movie. It's probably going to take them another 5 years for the next one. So that just tells you how long it takes to stuff. And then it takes like 2 years in between every Bridgerton season. So who knows when we'll get them. But I'm excited for whenever we do get them. I'm excited to see what happens with them. And I know Emily Henry is proud of her characters, and like she wouldn't want to do them misjustice or anything like that. Like I even seen comments of like her liking comments of the criticism. Like, it wasn't like harsh criticism. It's kind of like what I'm saying in a sense, but it wasn't like it was like, oh, this is awful. It was more just like, oh, I wish we could have seen more kind of thing. And I think she agrees with that and everything too, especially as the book writer. Like, you want to showcase the full potential of all your characters. So but yeah, that was my thoughts on it. Let me know if you guys want more videos like this, possibly. I feel like it's fun to do. I think I've done something like this before. I don't know. My memory is a blur at times, and I can't remember stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. First video back on YouTube for 2026. Let's hope this is not the last. I plan on filming Festival of the Arts soon, or tomorrow as I'm filming this one. So excited for that. Excited to go to that. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget to do what makes you happy at the end of the day. I know, and do what you can. I know this world is a dark and scary place right now, but sometimes channeling your inner fangirl, going to concerts, embracing yourself in these worlds of different movies and books sometimes is your escape that you need. I know it's sometimes mine, everything, especially with how life has been. Because I know for a lot of us it's been through the ringer. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you all so much, and I appreciate you for all the support you guys give me. I know we have a little tiny audience here, but I hope we can grow over 2026. So let's manifest that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.